Arsenal Football Club is about to sign 5 world-class players. Well, at least that's what I was hoping would happen. I'm going to be predicting the Arsenal transfer window. I think we're going to sign 4 players that I'll be going through in this video today. If you like this video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel to help us grow. But let's get into it. So, the first player I'm going to mention might be the least fun player on this list, but I'm going to have to mention him anyway. That's Dan Bentley as the third keeper. Now, the third choice keeper is basically just, he's going to be in training, and if there's an injury to David Raya, then the second keeper, maybe Aaron Ramsdale, I don't know. I think it's going to be Aaron Ramsdale. He is going to step up, and then Dan Bentley will be moved to the bench, but he will not be getting many games, maybe 1 or 2 over the season. But Dan Bentley, let's talk about him a little bit. He's good on the ball, he's decent saves, you know, he's fairly just a solid player, 30 years old, experienced player to come into the squad, be a training keeper, and be on the bench when needed, and basically just help us out. Now, the second player, a little more fun, but you all know him, Riccardo Calafiori. He is joining Arsenal, and he is probably going to be playing left back or left centre back. What I think is going to happen there, I think he's going to be left back and then basically a left centre back option in case Gabriel gets injured. We have plenty of options in the left back, and I'll be talking about that in another video. Who can play left back, who can play left centre back, and just go through the squad and what I think of it. But in this video, I'm just talking about this. Calafiori is really good on the ball. He had a horrific injury when he was 16 years old, but that seems to be behind him. He's done very well to put that behind him. Now he looks very fit, 22 years old, got a lot of, the future is very bright, a lot of potential there. And he's coming in just to basically level up the squad, level up the starting 11. And he's a really good ball carrier, like I said, so he will be carrying the ball out of defense for Arsenal in a good way and help us level that up. Maybe he'll be inverting from left back, and I'll just go through that in a totally different video. But he is coming. He is not officially announced. We have had the here we go from Fabrizio at the time of recording, but he is not officially announced. So if he's announced by the time you watch this video, this was recorded before that, I'm not an idiot. The third signing, woo! So that is Mikel Moreno. At the time of recording, again, not official. There's no here we go for him. Arsenal is said to have convinced the player himself of joining the club, but Atletico Madrid are still in there. Barcelona seems to be his kind of dream destination, but that's not going to happen. Barcelona don't really have the funds to do a lot of stuff in the window, and they're really focusing on Nico Williams, so that's going to be expensive enough. So he is probably, in my opinion, going to join Arsenal, and according to the sources that I've seen online, he is quite far along and the club is confident of getting the deal done. Now, Mikel Moreno, is he going to be on the bench or whatever? Again, I'm going to make a video about this. We're going more in depth in this, but I think he is going to be a starter for the club, either in that 8th role or that 6th role, and I think he's going to like interchange with Declan Rice what they're going to be doing. Declan Rice is going to be 6 in some matches, then he's going to be an 8 in other matches, and Moreno's going to be a 6 in other matches, and then an 8 in another. There's just going to be, those two kind of rotating, and then we're going to have Jorginho, possibly Thomas Partey as the backup options for the 6th position. And but Moreno's a pretty solid player. His stats back him up quite well, and Mikel Arteta seems to be a huge fan. 28 years old, seems to be a market opportunity more than anything else. I think if they could have gone for Subamendi or someone more exciting, a bigger name, or maybe not a bigger name, but more exciting prospect, and someone who could actually raise the level of this project up a couple more notches, they probably would have done that. But Moreno is probably going to be the player they're going to get, and he's probably going to do quite well for the money that we're going to pay for him. The fourth and final player that we have, it's a winger. It's not Nico Williams, because I don't think we're going to get him. It's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is going to be joining Arsenal Football Club in this prediction, at least. Probably in real life. You'll see why. There are reports, like I'm getting these reports online, and it looks like Arsenal and the Dan Bentley negotiations are going in thinking, let's not anger them. Let's try and keep good relations because we might need to go again. Now, the only player that's there that they've been linked to is Pedro Neto. So I think he is the backup option in case Nico Williams doesn't work out. Nico Williams, they really want him to join, but Nico Williams and they're willing to wait for him a bit, but not forever. So I think if Nico Williams doesn't join, I think they're going to turn the attention to Pedro Neto, and they're probably going to get him. They're probably going to pay the 50 million or whatever Wolves want, and they're just going to get the player in. Now, Pedro Neto is a really talented player, and he is that sort of burst forward X Factor player that we have been begging them to sign. And if you're thinking about like, what is he talking about, X Factor player? The X Factor player is basically a player who can, when we're facing like a low block or someone, we are in a low block and need to counter, we need someone who can actually do that on the counter. Martinelli is that player, but he has not been good last season. He was really poor compared to what we need. So he wasn't good enough. Pedro Neto might be. We also need backup for Saka. He can cover that. He can be left wing. He can be right wing. So we have some options there with him. In the Portuguese national side in the Euros, I'm pretty sure he came on at left wing a few times. So that's brilliant. And then, of course, at Wolves, he is most of the time, I think, on the right wing. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Not 100% sure. I don't watch Wolves quite that much. And Neto is injured quite a lot. And that is basically the biggest flaw with Pedro Neto. He gets injured quite a lot, but I'm guessing Arsenal are confident that they can, help him get through that. Also at Wolves, when he's fit, he plays 90 minutes. At Arsenal, if he's fit, he's probably going to be getting 30, 40, 50, I don't know, sometimes 90, but probably not because we have so much competition on those wings. But those are the 4 players I think Arsenal are going to sign this summer transfer window. In the next video, I'm going to be talking in depth about the tactics and how these players are going to fit into that starting 11. And yeah, I hope you guys join me for that. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, help me grow the channel. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.